Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday to everyone. Mia says hello. Sorry, we're a little late. Little technical stuff. I just wanted to say to everybody um, from me and the girls at Synergy that we really miss all our clients through this whole thing, and we really can't wait to get back. It's nice that I've been able to teach everybody through this form of media. But at the same time, I'm really missing the connection of having my students in the classroom with me and not teaching with a mic and a camera. So hopefully soon we'll be back. Let's just all pray that this will be over soon and we can be back in the studio. Today I'm going to do a basics class. I realized I didn't really have any classes that break down um, the positions and the postures. I know I do kind of skim through it when I do my vinyasa, but I'm going to try to go back to the basics a little bit today. And with that, and a little bit of touching on letting go, poses that help you let go of your stress and any tension or anything you're holding on to from your past or work or whatever is in your life at that moment that you feel like you need to let go of. So, with that, we're going to start with our breath, and Mia is going to help me do that today. So, just come to a very comfortable seated position and put your hands on your knees. Nice straight spine. Bring your shoulders back. Close your eyes. And this is the moment of your practice where you just want to bring your focus into yourself and let go of um, any outside noises or sounds. And inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. And we're going to touch on the three-part breath. The three-part yoga breath, the Dirga Pranayama, is the basic breath of yoga. So we're going to start by doing the first part, which is inhaling into your belly. So inhale into your belly, push that belly out. You can even put your hand on your belly to make sure that your belly is out. And then exhale all the air out of your belly, pulling your belly back into your spine. So we're going to do this for 3 rounds. Inhale through your nose, pushing out your belly. And exhale through your nose, pulling it back to the spine. And do that for 3 rounds. And I'm going to speak a little bit on how naturally we're taught to pull in our stomach when we breathe in, but really you should be pushing your stomach out and filling it up. Now we're going to move this breath into our ribs. So we're going to inhale into our belly, pull it up into our ribs. So expand those ribs once your inhale gets there. So inhale into the belly and up into the ribs. And then exhale the ribs and exhale the belly, pulling it back to the spine. Inhale again into the belly. Fill the ribs. And exhaling the ribs. And then all the air out of your belly. And one more round. And the third part of our breath, we're going to bring into the belly, the ribs, and up into our chest. So really expand that chest. This is our full breath from bottom to top. And this is able to use a large part of your lung capacity. We don't use hardly any of our lung capacity. Athletes definitely use more. But this is a helpful breath for athletes to even have them have better wind or whatever. And this also will help you be able to hold your breath and When you inhale, hold at the top of your breath, and exhale, hold at the bottom of your breath. So this full breath allows you to expand your lungs. So inhaling from into the belly, up into the ribs, and then full into the chest. And then exhale the chest, the ribs, and then finally the belly. So let's do this at our own pace for 3 more rounds. To the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And exhaling the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Good. So when you finish that, just coming back to your normal breath, inhaling through your nose, exhaling out of your nose. And just finding that comfort and that natural breath. And we're going to slowly float our eyes open. We'll do a little bit of warm up stretch, which I like to do before our practice to get us loosened up before we dive into those sun salutations and vinyasas. So inhale your arm up, reach it down to the center of your back. So you can stay here or you can take your elbow and pull it towards the left. Keep that head straight. So in yoga, we're constantly keeping our body in alignment. Keep the head and the neck and the spine straight. And release. Bring both hands down. Inhale that left hand up. Reach it down to the center of your back. And take that left elbow and pull it towards the right. And always breathe. Breathing is a big part of yoga. It's not just about the asana, it's just not about the poses. And release, bring both hands to the ground. Take this left hand, root it to the earth, and we're going to lean to the left. Bring that right hand over. Try to keep those sits bones onto the earth. And inhale back. And exhale as we lean to the left, or to the right, sorry, your left arm. Inhale it up. Exhale as we go. Lean to the left. Inhale up. As you can see, we're matching our breath. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. And one more time. Inhale up. And exhale to the right. And inhale up. Sorry about that. So let's straighten our feet out. We've been in our easy pose for a very long time. And just, you can shake out your legs. Put your feet straight out in front of you in Dandasana. Flex those feet. And we're going to inhale our arms up. Keep your spine nice and straight. And it's very hard in this pose. It seems like it should be a very simple pose, but it's very active. So inhaling up and exhaling as we go forward. So always matching our breath to our poses. Of course, breathe while you're down here because we're going to hold it for a moment. In through your nose and out through your nose. Stretch out those hamstrings. Hinging at the hips, keeping your spine nice and straight. Sending your breath to any discomfort you feel in your hamstrings and your calves. And release coming up. Inhale up. And exhale forward. And slowly release. So we're going to bring our left foot over our right leg. Keep that right leg, that right foot flexed. Take your right hand, wrap around your left leg. Inhale your arm up, and then exhale it to the back of your spine, looking over your left shoulder, and twist it out. So twisting is a very good way of stretching your body. It's also a good way of getting rid of the toxins in your bodies. It wrings out all the bad stuff. Good for your digestive system. And always breathe. And slowly release, coming forward, keeping that spine nice and straight. So we're always conscious of sitting up straight, engaging our core, and bring our right leg over our left leg. Keep that left foot flexed. Nice straight spine again. Take that right leg in your left arm. Inhale your right arm up, and exhaling it back behind to the bottom of your spine. Bringing that gaze over your right shoulder. And slowly release that to the front. So we're going to bring our bottoms of our feet together. Heel close to our sits bones. Take those feet into your hands. Bring those knees close to the ground. Again, nice straight spine. Focus on your posture. When you first start yoga, I remember when I first started, it was so hard for me just to sit up straight. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's even work to do that. But the more you do it, it just comes naturally. Now I feel funny if I'm not sitting up straight while I'm doing yoga. Unfortunately, I catch myself during work over my computer, but I'm working on that too. So we're all work in progress here. And our next big inhale, we're going to hold it for a second. And then we're going to exhale and bring our head to our toes. Just let your body collapse. Let your head fall. And relax. Let it go. And inhale up. Nice straight spine. Big inhale. Hold at the top of your breath. And exhale, letting it all out. Just let it go. The theme for today, letting it go. Going back to the basics. And slowly coming up. So we're going to go into our tabletop pose. Working our way up. So we're going to bring our wrists under our shoulders. Our hands are active, so they're not just on the ground like this. They're active, big, big hands. So big, spread out wide hand, active hands. And most of your weight should go on the palms of your hand, not necessarily your fingers, but on all four parts of the palm of your hand. So your weight's evenly distributed. It makes it easier. But active hands make it easier for you to hold in your poses and not slide. So your knees are under your hips, directly under your hips, and your spine is nice and straight. Don't let your arch back or back arch. Don't. So just nice straight spine. Don't come up and make your head active. Don't make your neck active. Keep your neck straight. So it's really the top of your head that's facing forward, and it's and your gaze is to your mat. The bottoms of your feet, or the tops of your feet, are touching the mat. So nice straight spine. You should just feel very solid, like someone could put a glass on your back and it not fall off. So nice straight back. Good. So with here, your elbows should be a little turned out, or as turned out as they can, the facing forward. Okay, so with that, we're going to do a little bit of cat and cow, and we're going to stretch out our backs and our abdomens. So we're going to inhale up. Now we're going to pull our forehead up to the sky. So it's a very active pose. Hips to the sky, pushing that belly down to the earth as we inhale. Now matching that breath, we're going to exhale. Our head between our shoulders. Pull our back to the sky, just like a Halloween cat. And then on our inhale, we're coming back up into cow. And exhale, we're going to bring that head back between our shoulders, hunch that back, pull those hips in. Very active pose. Inhale up into cow. And exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Nice flow. And exhale to cat. And we'll do that one more time. And then we're going to come to a neutral position, which is back into our original table. Again, looking down at the mat, not up. So just listen to my voice. I know you're learning, so you might have to look up at the video a little bit. And we're going to keep that left hand rooted, take that right hand, we're going to reach it up to the sky, and we're going to thread our needle, bringing our hand through and underneath our left arm, coming down onto the side of your face. Try keeping both feet on the ground, and inhale it up, reaching up, and exhaling, threading that needle through. And inhale up, and exhale through. On this exhale, we're going to keep ourselves down. We're going to take that left hand and reach it to the front of your mat. Just extend it out. Now, if you're some of my advanced yogis out there that are watching today, you can take your left foot and put it back if you want. Whatever you feel right in this position. Just trying to get to the basics here, but you know what your practice is. So bringing that left hand again by your shoulder and reaching that right arm back up and then coming down. So right hand to the mat. So we're going to fix our position again, make sure we're right in our tabletop pose, and inhaling that left hand up and needling it through underneath our right arm, coming down on the left side of your face. Inhale it up and exhale through. Inhale up and exhale that through. Stay down on the left side of your face. Take that right hand, extend it out in front. Again, if it's in your practice, you can bring that right foot and straighten it out and back. Otherwise, just stay on your knees. And bring that right hand back by your shoulder. Inhale your left hand up, and then left hand to the mat. Good. So from there, we're going to go into our down dog. So again, our hands stay active, and we're going to tuck our toes under and send those hips to the sky. So your head is between your shoulders, your hips are up, your feet are
flat to the ground. Sometimes your heels are up. My heels are up. I have very intense hamstrings. It's something I work on a lot. Some people are able to put their heels on the ground. Some people aren't, and that's okay. It's wherever you're at. So breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath in yoga. It won't serve you. So so we can pedal this out. We can bend our knees. It's called walking the dog. Kind of eases you in if your hamstrings are tight. But remember to sink into those shoulders, pull it down. You should feel like you look like an upside down V. Okay, so with that, we're going to bring our gaze between our hands and we're going to step or hop forward. And this is our forward fold. So here again, wherever you are with your forward fold, I like to start by bending the knees and leaning the torso on the knees if you can. And just, you can hold the back of your calves, whatever, but let that head go. Don't keep it up. Let it go. Let all that shit out. Let all that stuff go. You can shake your head no because we don't say no enough. And we can shake our heads yes. And we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. And come into standing. So we're going to do a little mountain pose. So this is kind of when you're going to do your sun salutations and you're getting ready to be active. You're not just standing there, you're still active. Your whole body is engaged, even in a standing position and coming up for your sun salutations from mountain. So with mountain, you're rooted, your thighs are engaged, tailbone's a little tucked in. Your core is engaged, your shoulders are out, your hands are out. So you're ready to receive. So this is basically the beginning of when we come up into our inhaling up for our sun salutation. You're in mountain. So when we come up from our forward fold and we coming up into our mountain, we're engaged. Our shoulders are back. We're pulling out. Our arms are engaged. We're coming up and reaching up, and we'll put our hands and exhale in to heart center and inhale up. Again, we're engaged. So coming down and swan diving, we're pulling our shoulders back, reaching our foreheads out, and then coming down. So that's a slow motion. A slow motion, inhaling up, sun salutation, and then we're down, and then engaging, coming back up into your half lift. So our half lift, again, we're not reaching up, we're coming forward with our head. And then we're going to exhale down into our forward fold. And then we'll get ready to do our, while we're down here, we'll just do that. So from there, in our sun salutation, we'll be putting our hands down and we can step or hop back. So if you're advanced, you're going to hop all the way back into your plank. Otherwise, you start with just stepping back into your plank. So now we're going to go your plank. Again, your hands have to be active. They have to be in this, like, spread out, like almost like jazz hands, if you will. And the inside of your elbow is facing out to the side, out in front. So your feet are active. Now, if it's too much to be up in this plank pose, by all means, you're coming down on your knees. Your feet are flat to the earth. Come down on your knees, or you can always come just down on one knee. It's halfway there, and it still gives you a little relief. But then just remember the next, come up on your other leg if you do one knee. But you can do two knees down if you don't want to stay in your plank. Now, it's important to keep not your butt in too far on your plank and not too far out on your plank. You want to keep it a little active and your belly engaged. So if you're in your full plank, same thing. You don't want to drop your butt. You don't want to be too straight because that's going to pull your weight down. You want a little out. You want your hips to be a little above. And then you're going to come down, just keeping your elbows close to your body. So you're going to come down and you're going to go towards your chin, your chest, and then roll up to your cobra. Or if you want, your up dog, which is a more active pose. And then we'll be tucking our toes under and coming back into down dog. So we'll start in down dog. Let's take a few breaths here. Sink that head into your shoulder, gaze to the mat. Be that upside down V. And we're going to bring our gaze between our hands and we're going to step our hop forward. Let your head hang. Rest that torso on your chest. Torso on your legs, I'm sorry. We're going to come up into that active, and you're going to inhale up into that active mountain. Hands together. Exhale, heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Release that head. Inhale up, looking at the floor. Exhale down. Hands down. Step or hop back to plank. And chaturanga down. So chin, chest, belly up dog. Tuck your toes into your down dog. Good. That's a nice little flow there. So that's your sun salutation. So we're going to inhale our right leg up. And we're going to slowly bring our right foot between our hands. So this might take you a few steps to get there. If you can't bring it all the way into your hands, it's so bring it here. You could take your hand, you could put it there. We're coming into our lunge. So it's a lunge position. We're going to come up. And so we're going to drop left heel down, come up. So with warrior one, your knee is over your ankle, your foot is straight. So your alignment is straight. Your left foot back here is at a 45-degree angle. Your hips are as square as they can be into the front. Very hard to get your hips very square, but you should be facing the front of your mat. And both arms are up directly in front of you, up high. So we'll take a few breaths here just so you can get a feeling for this pose. In through your nose and out through your nose. We're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to bring our arms out and go into our warrior two. So now the difference between our warrior two and our warrior one on the bottom half is your foot comes to a 90-degree angle. So it goes from a 45 to a 90. The knee still stays over the ankle. Now your arms are out and engaged. So they're active. Your arms are active. Drop your shoulders. A good way to make sure your shoulders are dropped, flip your hands and then bring them back. Arms active. Your gaze should be over your right hand. Good. We'll stay here for a few breaths. We're going to cycle down. Take that right and left hand on either side of your foot. Twist that left foot and back forward. And we're going to take that right foot and bring it back to our left foot. And take a breath. So your down dog should start to feel a bit of it as a restorative pose at this point. At first, it really doesn't. It seems hard. And we're going to slowly float that left up. And we're going to bring it between our hands. And bring that right foot into a 45-degree angle. And coming up into our left side, warrior one. Again, hips facing front, Arms up, knee over ankle. And take a few breaths. Nice big inhale here. And exhale into your warrior two. Again, changing that right foot into a 90-degree angle. Make sure that knee is over your ankle. Engage your arms. Very active pose. And it's okay to check. I still check. Take a big inhale. And exhale your hands on either side of your left foot. Twist that right foot and back. Bring it back for a down dog. Good. Head between your shoulders, hips to the sky. And we're going to bring that gaze between our hands or step our hop forward. Forward fold. Now let's not put our torso onto our legs this time. Let's just let our head hang. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Maybe we can grab our elbows with our hands. And let's twist from side to side. And just swing. Nice big breaths. In through your nose and through your nose. This is a good posture to let it go. Just let that stuff go. And coming to stillness. And we're going to inhale up, engaging. Pulling our shoulders down and out and up. So meeting your hands and exhaling into heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold, reaching out. Swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands down. Step or hop back to plank. If you need to go on your knees, go on your knees. And chaturanga down. Bring those back feet full, push forward and down. Chin, chest, belly, up dog or cobra. Tuck those toes, down dog. Send those hips to the sky. Drop those heels as much as you can. And float that right foot up. Let's pull that right foot up a little more. Bend the knee. We're going to open the hip to the side. So now keeping your posture in your down dog with your shoulders and your arms, but really opening that hip to the side. It's a good stretch, hip opener. And straighten that right leg. Bring it in your foot in between your hands. Let's come up with into your lunge, high lunge. Coming up, inhaling up, your arms up. Again, your hips are to the front. Knee over ankle. Extended straight leg in the back as much as you can. You can, if your shoulders are bothering you anytime throughout yoga, so you can always bring your hands to heart center if you feel like it's too much, or you can just keep your arms active. And with here, I like to do some pulses, so we can do some pulses here. And let's inhale up as we go into heart center. And exhale as we come down. Inhale up. And exhale down. And one. And up. Exhale your hands down, either side of your foot. Step back into down dog. Take a breath. And float that left foot up. Bring it up a little higher
Bend that knee, open to the left side. And straighten that left leg, bringing it through to your left side lunge.
So if you're feeling unstable in your lunge, just widen your stance, because the closer you are, the more off balance you'll be. But if you widen your stance, it's a more solid position, and that's fine to do. So you can bring your arms up active, check that knee over your ankle, inhale it up. And inhale up and down. And bring those hands on either side of your foot. Step back into down dog. So bring our gaze between our hands, step or hop forward. And inhale up. Hands together, exhale, heart center. Inhale it up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Hands to the ground, step or hop back to plank. And chaturanga down. Chin, chest, belly, up dog. Tuck your toes and down dog. And float that right foot up. And bring that foot between your hands, coming up into our warrior one. So remembering that your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Big inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. Back of the back. Gazes up to the ceiling. And take a big inhale. And exhale to warrior two. And cycle that down. Step back to plank, or down dog, I'm sorry. Let's go back to down dog. And inhale that left foot up. And bring that between your hands. Drop that right heel. Come up, warrior one. Big inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale back into peaceful warrior. Big inhale. And exhale, warrior two. And cycle down. Step that left foot back. Coming back into your down dog. Gaze between your hands, step or hop forward. So hang that head. So since we're letting stuff go today, I'm going to have you inhale your hands up straight. Come up on your toes and exhale all your air out. Ugh, just get rid of it. Inhale up and let it out. Inhale up one more time. And exhale. Get all that stuff out. Let it go. And just hang. We're going to inhale it up into our sun salutation. Exhale, heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. So I'm just going to quickly show you because I'm trying to touch on all the bases. Exhale, forward fold. I'm going to show you chair pose. So you're going to inhale into chair. So chair pose is basically like you're sitting on a chair. So your knees should be kind of where your toes are at. Your hips should be just tucked a little bit. You should be rooted on all four bottoms of your foot. See, I can lift my toes up. So you're rooted on the bottom of your foot, basically. So basically like you're sitting, hands up, tailbone tucked under, engage the core. And then exhale, forward fold. So that's our chair. Root your hands down. Step back to plank. Go into down dog. I'm going to skip the chaturanga. Float that right foot up. And we're going to bring our foot between our hands. And we're going to drop our knee into our low lunge. Bring the top of your foot to the earth. So in our low lunge, again, our knee is stacked over our ankle, left foot to the earth. If this hurts your knee, you can certainly put something under your knee, a blanket or a towel or whatever you have. You can inhale your arms up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. And we're going to bring our hands on either side of our right foot. Let's bring them both to the left side of our foot. We're going to sink a little deeper into our lunge this way, if you'd like. And then we can create a nice twist by rooting that left hand and bringing that right hand to the sky. And then bringing that right hand back down. Tucking that left toe under. And then meeting your right foot back into down dog. So let's pedal out our feet here. You can even bend both knees. Sinking into your down dog. Stretch that right leg out. And then we're going to lift our left one. Float it up. And bring it between your hands. Come down on that right knee. Right foot to the top of the earth. And inhaling up, make sure that knee is over your ankle. Exhale, heart center. Inhale up. And exhale your hands down on either side of your foot. Bring that left hand onto the right side of your left foot. And root that right hand down, bringing that left hand up for the other side of the twist. And left hand down. Take that right foot, come up on your toes, take the left foot back to meet your right into down dog. And from here, we're going to take our knees and bring them to the mat. Spread them out to the sides of your mat. We're going to take our toes. I like to cross my big toes or just meet your feet, whatever suits you. And come down onto your forehead into child's pose. A child's pose is a very restorative pose. This pose is always there for you throughout your practice if you ever just need to get down to the earth. If you need relief, if you're tired, you're just more than welcome to take it. It's always there for you. So you can keep your arms out active in front of you, or you can keep them near your ears.
You can bring your head to the side if you'd like, but never switch or turn your head unless your hands are there to support you. Always be very conscious of your neck. Your neck and your knees and your back, very important. Just try to sink those hips as close to the earth as you can. Here on your side of your face, come back onto your forehead. Extend your hands out in front of you. Okay. I'm going to have you walk your hands off to the right side of the mat. And then lean into the left side of your body. This left side, just lean right into it, giving you a nice stretch. And breathe. So again, child's pose is not only a relief for your body when you need to release the tension from your practice, but it's there for you, for your mental, to be able to let go. It's a very good pose to let go of your mind. And walk those hands into the center. It's also a very good pose to feel your breath. The 3-part breath that we were doing in the beginning of the practice. Pulling your belly to the floor as you feel it. Filling up your ribs. And inhaling into your chest, and you can feel your whole back expand when you do that in this pose. And then exhaling your chest, your ribs, and pulling that belly back up into your spine. It's really beautiful when you do the 3-part breath in this pose. And take those hands and walk it off to the left side. Lean into that right side. And walk those hands into the middle. One last breath here. And we're going to inhale up into table, adjusting those knees. And from table, we're going to come into our cobra. So leaning those hips towards the mat, keeping those elbows tight, coming in down onto your belly. Adjust your hands. Make sure they're by your shoulders, underneath your shoulders. Again, active hands. And with the cobra, feet flat to the earth. And we're going to inhale it up. Just pushing up a little. So this is cobra. If you push up more where your hips are active off the mat, that's up dog. We're going to come down in cobra. Just showing you a little different pose here. And then from there, we're going to bring our hands out in front, our elbows under our shoulders. And we're going to go into Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, another restorative, beautiful pose. Hips to the ground, hands active again. Elbows under your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Don't let your ears fall near your shoulders. So push your shoulders away from your ears. It's a really nice stretch for your back if you're feeling some discomfort. To do after you've been sitting at work all day. just be still for a few moments. And coming down and releasing, bringing your forehead to the mat, bringing your hands by your shoulders. Again, your active hands. And you're going to come up, put yourself up into table, and then back onto your heels. And coming onto your sits bones here, take a seat. And we're going to slowly go down one vertebrae at a time onto our backs. So bring your hands out in front, ready to receive, and come slowly activate those abs, that core. Come back and feel every vertebrae hit the earth. Good. Bring those shoulders, legs. And we'll be finishing with this pose, but we're going to be doing a few stretches now that we're with some bridges. We're going to bring our feet towards our sits bones. Try to reach the heels of your feet with your hands. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send the sky. Pull those shoulders under your hips. Now you have a block. Use a box or something. But otherwise, you can engage your hands together. Pull your shoulders. These are blocks with me. They're all at the same. Take a few breaths here. And release your hands. Release your. Come down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. So I like to counteract. If it's a big arch in your back, I like to hug it out so you give some relief to that pose, previous pose. You can just hug it out. Keep that lower back to the earth when you're on your knees up. Try not to lift it off the earth. Take a breath. And we're going to do that bridge one more time. Bringing those heels in front of the hands and pulling up, hips to the sky. Your base, you can shoulders onto the mat and pull your vertebrae down. One. And rock to side. Your little lower part of your back massage. And we're going to send those feet straight up into the air. And this is called, and then your hands up. So this is like very active though. You can almost feel your legs to like want to shake here. Feet into your feet.
feet, getting that lower back on the ground, and just kind of be like a baby. This is what they do. They're really good at it too, because they're all flexy. And they're like little rubber bands when they're babies. And then we get stiff and stuff when we get older. So this is called Happy Baby. And again, it's a pretty much a free pose. You can move your legs however you want, whatever feels good to you here. And bringing our feet to the earth. And we're going to straighten that left leg, keep that right leg bent. Roll out bring your arms out open to it. Right, take your gaze to the right. To your back, and we're going to switch our legs. So straighten that right leg, bend the left, and bring that twist to the right. Gaze over your left. Have to go over. So come onto your back, straighten that leg, bring those hands to your side, coming into Savasana. So in Savasana, it's what's comfortable for you and letting yourself go, letting all that stuff in your head go. Time to relax your whole body and your whole mind. Let your legs melt into the earth, release your thighs. Your shoulders fall. Release the muscles in your neck, your shoulders, your face. Soften your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your tongue and your lips. Let your chin fall. And breathe. Just focus on your breath. Focus on that space between your eyes. Start to bring some movement into your hands and your feet. Pull your knees to your chest and give yourself, begin your day off right. Let your knees drop to the side into fetal position. And at your own pace, when you're ready, come to a seated position. And bring your hands to heart center. So remember, letting go is very hard. It's the hardest asana you'll ever do. But it's something that we all have to work on every day. I work on it every day. And this is why we do yoga, not for the exercise, not only for the exercise, but it's for the mental too. So may all beings be able to let go what they're holding on to. May all beings feel peace in their heart and happiness. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste, everybody. Have a good Saturday.